Greetings to all viewers around the world. Indeed, God's word is with his servant. 3 months ago, the man of God gave a prophetic word concerning the nation of Kenya and its church. The prophet said that revival is coming to the land and it will be brought by the younger generation. He also mentioned that there will be many occurrences and persecution which Kenyans won't know how to deal with. People will begin to use their physical strength to fight the spirit. Let us listen to the prophecy and its fulfillment.
Through man, it is being communicated to you. For the nation of Kenya, this is the voice of the Lord for you. My church, I have seen their hearts. They do not worship me in spirit and in truth. That is why, as for the church leaders who compromise, who lead my people for the sake of finances, I will judge them one by one.
Bishop Margaret Wanjiru, the Archbishop of the Jesus is Alive Ministries Church, continues to nurse injuries while estimating significant losses after a portion of her church was demolished following a land dispute where the church is built. Wanjiru has criticized the government, firstly for allegedly harassing citizens, while recalling the time she campaigned to support the ruling Kenya Kwanza government.
The premises of the Jesus is Alive Ministries Church, led by Bishop Margaret Wanjiru in Nairobi County, turned into a battleground between security officers and some church followers, attempting to halt the demolition carried out by officers from NIS under heavy police guard.
You can't come and deny our peace.
During the hours-long standoff, Bishop Margaret Wanjiru sustained injuries and had to be taken to the hospital for examination.
I'm among the very...
work here on earth is done. Their work here on earth is already done.
In other news, city preacher James Wanjohi and 3 directors of 2 companies allegedly involved in scamming thousands of Kenyans over 1 billion shillings with a promise to help them secure jobs abroad and travel visas have been stopped from leaving the country. Wanjohi, the proprietor of Worth Start Africa, who is on the run, is alleged to have received over 600 million shillings from more than 4,000 job seekers, while Alphonse Kioko, Sheila Kavaya and Nancy Gadoni have been accused of collecting over 800 million shillings from unsuspecting Kenyans in search of greener pastures abroad. Detectives are also in the process of stopping Wanjohi from disposing of his property believed to be proceeds of crime.
A week after detectives from Nairobi area conducted a raid at Worth Start Africa, where they carted away desktops, safes and paperwork to aid in investigations in the over 600 million Kenya shillings job scam.
And also because I am raising a younger generation in the land who will worship me in spirit and in truth. They will be the one to carry out the revival in the land.
Where today, young, new, energetic, peaceful, unarmed and resilient protesters converted online rage to boots on the ground in day-long demonstrations against the Finance Bill 2024. In what is being described as the Generation Z-fronted protest, peaceful demonstrators attempted to march to the Houses of Parliament but were stopped by police who fired tear gas canisters. The protests, dubbed #Occupy Parliament, have seen hundreds of visibly good-spirited, even humorous young protesters arrested and ferried to various police stations around Nairobi. Brenda Wanga kicks off our extensive coverage of day's events with an account of an unusual revolt on the streets of Nairobi.
It had all the hallmarks of what Kenyans have come to expect of street protests. Generous amounts of tear gas, a multitude of police officers, both uniformed and covert, and yes, the key player, the protester.
The older ones thought I will use them for the revival, but no, I'm using the younger ones. It is because they have corrupted themselves. You see that now? So this is not a hate speech to your nation. This is direct from the Father to you. You are to pray. I am not telling you what I dreamed and saw. I was on the prayer. The Lord stood before me. This is man and God. Man and God. Jesus and this slave boy, Favor, the slave of Christ. The Lord said He's going to use the younger generations.
Today's protester was markedly different, bold and bowed, loud, and that much younger than the usual protesting crowd. Long known for their activism online, the group organized this protest digitally and then backed up their intention by showing up physically in the streets of the capital city to oppose and reject the Finance Bill 2024.
Execution is about to go certainly now.
From Kenya. Massive protests have erupted in the country's capital, Nairobi, against the Ruto government's proposal on new tax hikes. Hundreds of protesters, mostly of the youth, gathered outside the Kenyan parliament. Now, the protesters were met with harsh resistance as police hurled tear gas canisters. The unrest forced businesses in the capital city to close temporarily amid the fear of looting. Around 300 protesters have been arrested. People in Kenya fear that the proposed taxes will exacerbate the cost of living crisis, lead to job losses, and stifle economic growth. Civil society groups say despite arrests, the protests and sit-down outside the parliament building will continue.
In my time yangu, I've read it, and I'm sure there's so many politicians in that August house that don't understand what the finance bill is saying. You know, I just want to say that the power is with us. With the young people, we'll take over and we'll conquer. Power to the people.
There is going to be a great word in the land. Something is about to happen.
Kenya today is respected globally because of the decisions we made. If we hadn't made those decisions, this country would have defaulted.
The housing levy has been proposed together with the Social Health Insurance Fund, the National Social Security Fund, and now the housing levy to be tax deductible, and that will ensure that what will be subjected to pay as you earn will be an amount less than what was there before, and therefore more disposable income will be going to many employed Kenyans.
If that we are praying for you, okay, you will see a lot of occurrences, some issue, but you don't know how to fight it because I am looking at what I'm saying.
Welcome back. You're still watching tonight. Now, a principal magistrate at the Makadara Law Court is fighting for her life in a critical care unit of a hospital in the capital after she was shot by a police officer during a court session. A senior police officer of the rank of chief inspector was shot dead after he opened fire at Magistrate Monica Kivuti shortly after she made a ruling in a case reportedly involving his partner. The officer is said to have been angered by the court's decision to cancel her bail after she had on several occasions failed to attend court sessions. Following the incident, Chief Justice Martha Koome has ordered the closure of Makadara Law Courts until June the 17th. Safin Acheng Omar reports.
A police report by the Inspector General of Police, Japhet Koome, has confirmed the death of a police officer in the shooting incident which happened on Thursday at 1:45 p.m. at the Makadara Law Courts, where a suspect identified as Chief Inspector Samson Kipchirchir Kipruto, the OCS of Londiani Police Station, shot a presiding magistrate. OCS Kipruto is said to have been in court for unknown reasons during the court session involving his partner Jennifer Wairimu, who is accused of obtaining 2.9 million shillings by false pretense.
Men will begin to use the physical to try to understand the things of spirit. It is not going to happen like that, because Jesus Christ have already spoken. This is the voice of the seven Spirit of the Lord installed in this latter days generation. My name is Favor, the slave of Jesus Christ. A servant is never above his master, for if he is perfectly instructed, he will walk as his masters has walked. This is why we are praying for you. Thank you.
Viewers, you can see how far the eyes of Jesus Christ can reach. Yes, even in our situations, this is to remind us that Jesus Christ sees it and he is concerned about it, to grant us solutions to our problems. Do not forget, this channel is all about Jesus Christ. Keep watching God Voice TV.